You guys ever read a book that isn't very good? And you could say, well, at least it was only 600 pages. I'm talking about Path of Daggers, Book 8 of the Wheel of Time. Okay, so as I mentioned in my last review, I enjoyed A Crown of Swords. I really did not enjoy Path of Daggers, and I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time going over this book because I didn't like it very much. I don't feel like there's all that much to talk about. So let's just get into it. Path of Daggers. Wow. Luckily it was short. This is definitely the start of the slog for me. And yikes. My main issue with this book is it spends an awful lot of time, like hundreds of pages at times of chapters of shit I don't care about. The whole opening was an alarm bell going off for me when it was focusing on Aviendha and Queen Atheniel, and just the whole plot of the Bowl of the Winds. I get it. It makes sense why it's important to the world to sort of reverse what the Dark One is doing. But like, I feel like this spent too much time on that, and that could have been honestly condensed into the last book. I feel like that entire plot line that makes up most of this book should have just been part of A Crown of Swords, because it didn't need to be half this book, let's be honest. It did lead to a decent scene where, you know, they use the bowl to reverse the weather, and then the Shanshan attack and they escape. And I'm talking about Elaine, Egwene, Nynaeve, Aviendha. Sorry, not Egwene, she's not there. Elaine, Aviendha, and Nynaeve. But just, wow, this was like the most boring plot since the circus. Perrin is back though. He moves on Gildan to overthrow or sort of bring down the Prophet of the Dragon. So that is pretty cool, but there wasn't a lot of it, and the whole plot was sort of, I don't know, it felt messy to me. And then, of course, Fael gets kidnapped by the Shadow Aiel. So now, of course, I'm going to assume most of Winter's Heart is Perrin trying to get her back, so he's going to be hunting her down, which I'm going to guess, I don't know if this is correct or not, means he'll probably be gone for a lot of the book. Unless Fael gets a lot of POV, you know, in captivity, I have a feeling that Perrin's plot line is going to be chasing her down, and there's not going to be a lot of Perrin in that book. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I like Perrin a lot, but we'll see where that goes. One of the better things is Egwene sort of gearing up the rebel Aes Sedai to essentially go to war for Tar Valon and take out Elaida and all the Aes Sedai that shouldn't belong, you know, don't belong in power, and sort of retake the White Tower and use it for what it was meant for, rather than just hunting down all these potential channelers and Elaida generally being a piece of garbage. The main highlight, I guess, or battle event of this book is Rand against the Shanshan, where it's Rand, his Ashaman, and the Illianer cavalry for the most part, fighting the Shanshan. We see the return of Kalendor, which I don't think Rand has used since Dragon Reborn, unless he used it in Lord of Chaos, and I totally whiffed on that. But I think he hasn't used that since the Stone, and just wrecks shit on both sides. I mean, there's tons of casualties. He sort of causes a gigantic mess, and then that battle, the battle ends. There's destruction on both sides. The Shanshan retreat. Rand and his army pull back, and then now he has to face some traitors amidst his rank, where there are Ashaman that are out to get him. So it's just like Rand can't catch a break. He's got Padden Fane stabbing and nearly killing him. He's got traitors within his Ashaman that want to take him out. He's dealing with Lews Therin in his mind and going insane. Rand's not having a good time right now. That's sort of the general thing that happened. I mean, I feel like there wasn't a lot that happened in this book. I'm sure plenty of you out there could tell me other things that went on that I'm wrong. I don't want to waste a lot of time with this review. I didn't enjoy this book. It felt incredibly boring to me, and even the fight with the Shanshan wasn't like the saving grace of this book. I didn't really care. I, like others that I've seen talk about this book and I've spoken to about this book, I feel like this was largely unnecessary, and that these plot lines or these moments that happen in this book could have been incorporated into the last 2 or 3 books, and it didn't need to be its own book. Luckily it was short. It was 600 pages of the hardcover. It went by pretty quickly, so I'm thankful for that, but it just, I don't know. I'm hoping Winter's Heart is better. Maybe I'm just going to have to fight through the slog. We'll see how I feel, but this one just like... I think what I said in a previous video is this is the first book that I actively didn't care about. That probably doesn't make sense, but my point is this is the first Wheel of Time book where I literally was just like, oh my God, like just get to the point, get through this, who cares? So I'm going to continue because I know 11 to 14 are like the triumphant return to form for this series, but I need to get through Winter's Heart and Crossroads of Twilight before that, right? Yeah. I hear sort of mixed things on Winter's Heart, how good or bad it is. Crossroads of Twilight, I think, is universally shit on, so I'm not really looking forward to that one, but we'll see when we get there. That's going to do it for this one. I didn't enjoy Path of Daggers, guys, sorry. Like, subscribe, as always. Do hit up Patreon if you want to support the channel financially. And what I do here, that's always optional, but always greatly appreciated. Definitely jump in Discord, though, or leave me a comment down below here on YouTube and let me know how right or wrong I am. Did you like Path of Daggers? Did you hate it? What moments did I miss? I'm sure there's some things that I didn't talk about because I didn't really care about this one. So that's going to do it for Path of Daggers, though. I will see you in Winter's Heart. Keep reading.